Hey everybody! Alright, I'm gonna attempt to make a December forecast video. I've been under the weather. I had the flu all last week, and so this is the first video I've made in a while. So, just gonna test the waters and see how I do. I'm kind of exhausted still, but I'm really ready to get back into the swing of things. So we're just gonna give this a try today. So, okay. I'm just relaxing and we'll see how it goes. So there's just a really thin, very tiny, small drop of water that I hear dripping. It's coming through a very tiny crack in the black scene. It's just a dark scene. It's like a crack in a dark wall or something. It's just a very fine, very thin drip of water coming through a crack in the wall. I feel really far away from it, although I can hear it extremely clearly. I'm trying to get closer to what this is, what this means, to share more extraordinary wisdom. It's not manifesting into anything more than just this. So I just have to be patient, I say. So I'm sitting down in darkness and I experience a crack in the wall and then a drip of water. So I'm just waiting. And then as I wait, I'm smiling. And I'm radiating energy and light into the space, and I feel myself coming alive again. There's scenes of moving trucks, a new house. There is still me just sitting, waiting. It's starting to feel more and more like a room, like a living room with wooden flooring. Nobody is here, it's only I. And in this quietness, in this experience of it just being me, it just feels really lonely. It feels really quiet. I'm inspired to stand up, and I'm in a living room. There's no furniture in here at all. It's just an open space, like a living room, the fireplace. It's nothing extraordinary. I'm standing up and I'm going towards this front door. There are many people outside. I didn't expect that. It's like relatives coming. I don't know what to make of this. Because I'm in my own world, I'm in my own experience. I didn't ask anybody to come over. I'm just waiting to gather wisdom about this water droplet, which is now just evaporated into the past. I've been waiting here for something to shift or change, and in my inspiration to stand up and make a movement, I go to the door and there's a bunch of relatives outside, is what it looks like. Different ages, too. Waiting to come in, lots of bags full of presents, even. And they've been standing out in the cold and they're smiling, but they're cold and they would like to come in. I just think it's quite strange. There's no tree up, there's no decorations. I've been in my own mind, distant, not choosing to have this type of experience right now. That's what I am like at the doorway. So I have them come in. I don't recognize these faces, but the feeling is definitely like family or relatives. They're all dressed in black for some reason. They're all wearing distinctly black coats. And even this older woman has like a fancy hat pinned into her very thick, long gray and white hair. And her hair is pulled up really pretty. She's shorter and more rounded in appearance, but she's very together and clean and tidy. And she's got a very distinctive smile. You can't miss it. I'm still trying to allow everybody in, but they're not coming in for some reason. I have the door open. I'm examining them, welcoming them in, but they're not coming in for some reason. Some part of me feels really angry, so I'm shutting the door in their faces. It's really shocking. I'm really angry on the other side of this door. I want to close myself in, and I do not want anybody coming over, is how I feel. It's quiet. Where do I go in my house? I could go in the living room, I could go in the bedroom, I could go in a bathroom, I could go in the kitchen. And what will greet me in any room that I choose to enter into, silence will greet me. Do you choose to be greeted by silence? I'm exploring this based on how I feel. I'm exploring why I would feel so angry inside. It's because I didn't ask them to come over. I didn't ask anybody to come over, and I didn't ask for a surprise. That's how I feel inside. I'm rather surprised by my emotional behavior. They want me to continue with the story. So I'll continue to describe the way that I feel and how I experience the wisdom. They want me to identify that I've returned into the living room and darkness is starting to fill the space, and I'm choosing to sit down again and then wait. This time that radiating loving energy is not coming from me. I feel really just angry and in my own world, and that's the world I choose to be in as well. Don't want anybody in my world. I want to be alone. Some part of me questions whether they even want to be here anyway. How genuine are their smiles? How genuine are they? Maybe they're just here because it's that time of year and they have to be here because that's what you do. Maybe I don't want to spend time with anybody this year. That's what I think about as I sit here in the living room, and there's no furniture. There's nothing in here at all. It's just myself sitting down in an empty living room, sulking. The longer I sit here and the longer that I think about all of this, the more I go inward and the angrier I feel inside as well. The less I want to be around others. I'm really creating an experience of I'm pushing people away by choice, and then I'm also, I don't know how to describe how this energetically feels, but I'm creating like a hollowed out room, and I'm going inside of it even though I'm not going anywhere at all. It's emotionally withdrawing from the world and withdrawing from joy and going inside and internalizing everything and pushing every reflection of love, every reflection of a smile. I'm pushing it all away, closing the doors on it, and I'm choosing to experience this. And I'm choosing to continue to feel worse and worse and worse by these actions. And I can't seem to stop the behavior. It's overcoming me. I know I'm kind of going a little too far with it, but I can't control it. I really feel angry. I don't have an explanation for why I'm angry. I don't have an explanation for why I just really want to be alone right now, but it's extreme. It's really extreme. They're showing me that they're talking about the month of December right now. They're talking about reflections of energy that inspire us to feel this way. This month, a month where we really should be opening our arms and welcoming family and welcoming embrace and welcoming smiles and the fun of opening up surprises or just being with your family or, trying to cook. If anybody had Abby's trying to cook, they would be like, yeah, I might get Chinese takeout. We're going to do it differently this year. But at least you can try, and it makes it fun, right? Again, they are emphasizing there's a energetic shift, and it feels this way. I don't. At first, that is all they want me to say. They're wanting me to say very specifically that people will be feeling this way this month. That you may feel this way on an extreme level, where you just really want to be alone. You really feel kind of more negative, and it feels really honest as well. You feel honest, like you have a right to really feel this way, and it's coming from really deep places within, and you want to feel this way. You want to push people away. You want to be in your own world, and it could feel very negative. So I'm waiting for the next thing. They're saying that's okay. They're showing me this person, me. I'm still sitting on the floor of an empty living room. And they're showing me a swirl of energy, of light that goes and wraps around me like a tornado, but it sort of wraps like this. And I'm in the center of it. And I'm sort of turning into energy myself, and then it's helping to lift me up onto my feet. So you have a white spiral of energy intertwining with a lot of dark, shadowy energy. And this white light is sort of like a kiss from heaven and a hug, and is helping to get me to stand up on my feet. I'm crying. I am really emotional. I've been angry this whole time. It's been feeling angry. It hasn't been crying. And right now, it's as if I am waking up and saying, what have I done? Or why have I been so serious? Or why have I been so angry and pushing people away? And it's just forming, it's creating such a response that I am crying. I am just crying. Absolutely bawling my eyes out. I'm not sobbing, but the tears are absolutely flowing, and I'm having a shifting moment where I'm kind of thinking about the way I've been behaving, and I just feel emotional. It's quite interesting, because what was really the reason why I was angry in the first place? I just felt that way. And now I'm feeling emotional over being angry, and it was all for really no reason at all, right? So it's like such a woman moment. Like, why is she angry? Why is she now crying for no reason? Like, I don't know what it is. It's just a lot of emotion going on. They're saying this also is a part of the voice of December, where you may feel extremely emotional and not really have an explanation for why. You just feel really emotional. I don't know how else to define it. Crying without a real reason for crying, but feeling very sad inside, feeling very just emotional. They're saying again, this too is okay. They're helping her come to her senses, what we would call balance of emotions, of thoughts, of feelings, of reason. There is something to this. When they say to come to reason, that is, how do you define that exactly? Like, what does that mean exactly? You have somebody who's feeling emotions for no reason. They're having them for a reason. Nothing happens for no reason, right? But we consider composure to be coming to reason, right? You're making sense. You need to be composed, and you need to make sense. But when has making sense ever really solved any problems? Like what I'm trying to say is, you have a world where we all have to be composed. We all have to be together. We have it together. You can't go to your job and then just start bawling your eyes out for no reason. We're worried about you. But there's a reason, I swear. I don't know why I'm emotional. There is a reason for this. But the reality is, we're going through shifts, we're going through changes, energetic shifts and changes that are creating reactions in us that seem without reason, and they need to be experienced. They need to be released. You need to be crying if you're feeling sad, and you need to be angry if you feel angry. You don't have to be violent about it, but if you feel you need to close the door and go inwards, then you need to just do that. How many times do we just do what we need to do for ourselves? Close the doors. Christmas. We need to be together. We need to have fun. But the way I feel right now is I need to be alone. And that is how I feel right now. I know it's Christmas, but I just need to be alone, and I'm serious about this. They're talking about allowing yourself to know it's okay to have feelings and to honor the needs of your body. To know it's okay to cry, even if it's in public and for no explainable reason. This is okay. I'm trying to explain what they're taught. I don't know how to define this. I don't know how to explain this in words. Basically, what is a human being? And there's some sort of, I don't know how to describe the image even. What would be, you have a sponge full of water and you squeeze it and now all the water comes out. What else is there to the meaning of this? How did the sponge get full of water in the first place? Is it healthy for a sponge to be full of water or for it to be dry? Does it matter if it's full of water or if it is dry? Depends on when you need to use a sponge, it needs to be full of water. If the sponge is dry, it's not very useful. In this case, this full sponge needs to be squeezed and the teardrops need to come out and the sponge needs to dry out a little bit. This is the best way I can explain this. They're showing me a human being that was just squished, and all this energy squish just came out in all different directions. And then they fill up with air again, and they're like, I feel like myself again. That's what they're explaining to me. How you see what I'm having to deal with here? They're saying energy shifts do these things. Sometimes this is the appropriate method for healing. You get full of energy that needs to come out. Sometimes it comes out like this in a squish, and you get really emotional, or you get really deep. You get really internalized with how you feel. You push people away. That's your sponge doing this, getting squeezed and all the energy getting squished out. And then once that squeeze kind of releases, the sponge sort of fills back up with air in the pockets. It looks like a normal sponge. And now you can go back on feeling like yourself again. They're talking about this for December. Let's see what else they say. Again, they are wanting me to emphasize, if in December you feel kind of deep, kind of emotional for no reason, really thinking hard about things to the point where you really are wanting to be more alone, that's what you would expect to feel. There's something in the air or something with energy shifts that would be inspiring that, and not to feel concern. That's what they're saying. Emphasize, if you feel emotional for no reason, you're totally fine. Okay, let's see what else. It's just so quiet now. It's as if they turned off. Everything is just, it's getting thinner and thinner and thinner feeling. The energy is. And so there's not a lot of meat or information within it. So it just feels like I'm being pushed away from the wisdom now. I'm just going to stay with it for a little bit longer and see if anything else happens. That's it. That's all I'm supposed to tell you for right now. All right, well, there you go. December. I don't know if this is going to be my only December forecast video, but this is what they wanted me to share for right now. So, feels kind of good to make a video. I've been laying in bed for days. It's been too long. I'm ready to get up and get moving and start feeling like myself again. I'm not used to not feeling like I could go outside for a walk, or I'm not somebody who really does well to sit and watch television or lay in bed for hours. It's really hard for me to do that. I get really antsy. But anyway, here I am just bumbling. All right. Well, thank you for watching my video. I sure hope you all have been feeling good and enjoying the first week of December. That's all I'm going to share for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in connecting with me one-on-one, I do share psychic wisdom and spiritual healing at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.